Hi guys, in this game jam we're going to build a key rain game, which is going to rain keys. Instead of using a random name, I went with an idea that I've had for some time, which is a very similar idea to games where you have to type characters. So that's what we're doing today. It's going to be a typing game essentially. You're going to see keys that will be raining to your base, I guess, of operations or something like that, and then you need to protect it by getting the keys right. So we need an enum, we need an entity type, because we want to know what types we're going to have. We're going to have key, and it's called player base. Next thing you create is a factory, which is going to be called key rain factory. Implement entity factory. And so far I've created this Maven config, which is your standard FXGL config file with 11.11, which is the latest stable FXGL version. And we're using Java 11 with this plugin, which allows us to create native images. So, what do we want? We want public entity new key spawn data. That's your standard signature for your factories. Key return FXGL entity builder build, and then just import this. So what do we want? We want to generate a view, and we want any random characters, right? So it's final. Let's go with list of string ABC. This is going to store our all our letters basically. Statically initialize this with for character beginning with A until Z. C++ in Java. ABC add. That should convert it to a string, right? So all our characters as strings are now in this list. So let's get a random key. Can safely call get on this one. It's an optional, by the way. It returns an optional. But because we know that there's at least one item there, it's safe to do so. So key code value of key. That will give us key code enum. And then from that, we can use view and then one of the built-in views that FXGL provides, which is key view. And then color, let's go with blue. Size, something big like 34, 36 maybe. What else? We've got a view. We need a type. Entity type key. Statically import this one too. And then let's just give it a test. Get game scene, set background color to no black. And statically import this too. Get game world, add entity factory. I always keep forgetting adding a factory. So if you do too, FXGL will remind you, because it doesn't know how to create how to spawn your entities without that. Let's go 500. Settings, set title key rain. Very important to have title. Set with something big, and then let the height be generated from this ratio. Cool. Yeah, that's what we wanted. And now we want these fall from the sky. We also want some kind of a base object entity thing. New base. Type is base or player base. Don't need these things. Don't need that. New rectangle. Let's just make one big rectangle. Color, yeah, brown. Why not? View with bounding box, and let's also do this here so that these can collide in the future. Collidable, collidable. And let's spawn our base at -150. Spawn keys. Let's spawn keys at an interval. Run this thing every half a second. Import this as well. This is X, this is Y. I wonder if we should spawn it just a bit off screen from the top. And we always want the same height, right? Because we don't want just random height. We want random width though. SGL math random between 0 and get width -50, I guess. Import this as well. Can I not just import this? Oh, it's already imported. Yeah, let's see. Okay, where? Oh yeah, we haven't added any logic, so the keys are spawning off screen. That's it. We need some kind of component. New projectile component. Direction and speed. Well, direction is down, which is 0, 1. Speed is, let's go random again, between 100 and 500. And we also don't want to, we don't want rotation from this component, because by default it will rotate the entity to which it is attached to meet the direction, to face the direction. Okay, yeah, KHF. Okay, that's a bit. Why is P lagging? Is it still turned on? Yeah. P is screenshot. Yeah, I was wondering. Yeah, at some point I was going to change that, but it seems I forgot. So that's going to be interesting, because I want to rebind key. Yeah, right. So run once. We're going to rebind the screenshot key. Seconds 0, 1. So the difference between these two runs, this is going to run forever, this is going to run just once after 0.1 seconds. And I want to take the screenshot, which is in the scene service, right, somewhere. Get input. Input rebind user action. So it's input get action by name, which is screenshot as far as I can remember. And then just rebind it to something that is not going to be used. Key code space, I guess. I'm pretty sure space isn't part of the English alphabet, so that shouldn't occur in our ABC. That should be fine then, yeah? Yeah, let's try that. So if I press P now, it shouldn't lag, it should just work. Yeah, that's fine. Cool. There are no more screenshots. Yep, good. That's that. Now I need to actually handle input somehow. And for now, we're going to use our new trigger listener, because we can't really create an action binding, because, well, you could bind like literally for every key on the keyboard, well, between A and Z, but a more elegant approach is to have a trigger listener, which doesn't tell you, well, you're not binding a trigger listener, you're just saying whenever something gets triggered, call me. And then we can figure out what got triggered. If trigger is key, then we can typecast it to key trigger. I think I should add it today because I was thinking of that as well. This should provide key trigger immediately if it knows it's a key trigger or mouse trigger. So we probably want to have some key trigger listener or something like that. More specific. Yeah, that's to go into FXGL. Key trigger, key code is something that I can get from key trigger. Pretty sure that is available. Now, how do I determine this key code against the thing that gets in the is in the game world? So new key, I guess the simplest thing to do is just to add a property called key code and then pass the key code that way. And then every key entity is going to have a key code property in it, which means I can do by type. This is just a shortcut for get game world, get entities by type. So these two are exactly the same thing. And the type is key. Let's import this thing as well. And then we're going to stream that. We're going to filter that. He has get object key code equals this key code that we pressed. So if that is correct, and remember there might be multiple entities that will meet this condition, we need to sort them. Sorted comparator, comparing double. What I want to do is basically find the key that is closest to our base. So one that is closest to the bottom of the screen. E get Y. Yeah, that'll do. And then, no, wait, this is going to give me, it's going to sort it. No, I just need to pick one, right? Max is what I need, maximum of that. The higher the Y, the closer it is to the bottom. And then if that's present, just get rid of it. Done. That's all we need. N-I-K, oh, that's quick. That's really quick. My typing speed is average, so we might want to adjust this a little bit because I'm not going to win this game. Let's go back. Let's just set it to 300 so it's doable. But yeah, these things need to be extracted so you can kind of play around with values. Right, what else do we need? We need collisions, because otherwise the player can't lose. And we're adding a collision on collision begin between key and player base. This is the key, this is the base. The order is exactly the same as the order of these types. And these are the actual entities that collided. So we get rid of the key and we reduce lives, I guess. We need the lives variable then. Lives 3. Increase lives by -1. In which case, if get integer lives is 0, then show message game over. Get game controller exit when the user presses OK. So let's try that. We'll just quickly lose the game. 1, 2, 3. Game over. Okay. But here's an interesting thing. I don't think the bounding boxes are correct. Let's just check really quickly. Set developer menu enable true, which is, I think it was the digit 1 that I can press. Yeah, dev vars show bounding box. Let's make it just full slowly for a sec. Show bounding box. I don't even see the bounding box on these things. So I'm pretty sure this one is generating it incorrectly, which is probably because KeyView doesn't have its own kind of visual bounds. So let's not do that, and let's manually add a bounding box. 36, 36 should do it. Yeah, so now we can have a proper bounding box. You can see the red, but it needs to be bigger. Needs to be something like that and something like that. It's bigger than what I intended, but it'll do. Maybe it just reduces a little bit, 58 or something. Yeah, that's fine. So we don't need that anymore. So we fixed those things. The player can now lose. I guess the only thing left is just kind of play this and then see how it works. Well, now it's too slow, right? Set it back to 300. BJUDTTSMGO. Probably want to penalize the player for pressing the wrong key as well. But generally, I think that is core gameplay done. Probably want to show the lives as well at some point, so the player knows. JUUFTR. Okay, let's just pause for a sec. It's getting out of hand. Yeah, so I think we have our core gameplay mechanic here. And as for visuals, we can probably add some visuals on top of that eventually. But let me know how you would like to improve this, and maybe in the next one we'll add some more stuff in it. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.